Hi, I'm Susan with kiwilane, and I'm so excited to share with you a product and a method that has transformed my scrapbooking experience as well as thousands of scrapbookers that we have shared it with. Now, this product was designed by my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law and myself, and we have been longtime scrapbookers. We love scrapbooking. We love taking our photos and our family memories and combining them with our creativity. It is a beautiful hobby. Now, unfortunately, it hasn't always been easy for us. We often found ourselves struggling with certain things when we would sit down to scrapbook, mostly with ideas. We would sit down to scrapbook and we would just stare at an empty page and just hope that something would magically appear, which often left us feeling not creative, feeling not confident in our skills to create beautiful pages. And then, of course, we found ourselves just piling up supplies, not really using the supplies, just collecting the supplies. And we really had a desire to use the patterns in the papers in ways that would help us to actually scrapbook some beautiful pages. So of course, we love scrapbooking and we wanted to get to work to figure out how to solve these things. And so we came up with this method to help us as scrapbookers overcome these things. And what we realized as we began to share this with other scrapbookers around the country, that we weren't alone in these obstacles, that many scrapbookers often felt the same way that we did. In fact, you probably struggled with one or more of these obstacles at one point or another. Whether you're a longtime veteran scrapbooker or just getting started, we're confident that this product and method will transform your scrapbooking experience into a blissfully simple one, just like it has for us and thousands of scrapbookers. So let's get started. All right, so to start off with, I'm going to share a few pages from my personal album. And one thing you'll notice about these pages is that it's mostly paper doing the embellishing and the decorative elements on this page. We had some buttons and brads here and there, but for the most part, it's just our beautiful paper stash doing a lot of that heavy lifting for us. Now, what I'm going to be demonstrating with today is one of our designer template sets, the Nature Walk Scrapbooking Kit, and it's just one of the many designer template sets that we have to offer here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our border sets, and this one happens to come with a few different accessories and a border set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these designer templates and I'm going to design my page. Now what's great about this is that instead of staring at an empty page, which I've spent years doing, we're actually going to use the designer templates to help to spark ideas and see what we can come up with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking the border pair here and I'm going to put one on the right side of my page and I'm going to put one on the left side of my page, which is going to be great for creating a 2-page spread. And now as far as how you can arrange these, it's really up to you. Just remember to basically play as you go about doing your design. You could do top, bottom, left, right, many different ways to create those pages. Now, after that, I'm going to go ahead and add in some accessories. What's great about the designer templates is that it really makes layering really easily. You can play around with different combinations. You can start seeing if maybe you want to add a title or some journaling there, so you can really think about those things as you go along. Now, of course, you can do little cute flowers, but nothing's permanent, so you could flip this at any point and you could try something different. I do love how easy it is to layer these sets and make different combinations. So easy and so cute. It starts really coming alive and you can see that right before your eyes on your page. Now there's a real beauty about being able to play with the designer templates before you cut into any of your paper or into your pictures or anything like that. It's really nice to be able to play in a tangible way that allows you to come up with different combinations and really use your creativity in how you want to design your page. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my photos to this frame that I just created with these designer templates. I am gonna use the standard photo template set, and this again just gives you a visualization of your completed layout before you cut into anything. And it comes with a variety of different sizes of pictures. And of course, I'll share with you here in a moment how you can use these to help crop down your pictures as well. And so you can play around with orientation and sizes, and you can still fit quite a few pictures in your frame of your page and still have a beautiful frame. Now, one thing also I want to share with you is that you can use them as a cropping tool. So you could take them, not only are they a great designing tool, but you can take them and place them right over your picture, and you can see exactly if you want to crop your picture down to that size, exactly what you want it vertical or horizontal, and how much you're willing to trim off that picture before you start cutting away. Basically, all I do is I take a pencil and I mark the corners of my picture, and then where I make those marks, I just use my paper trimmer and trim down my picture. So it's a really great tool for not only helping you design, but also cropping down your pictures. Now, as far as cutting out these other elements, once you have your complete page designed, then what you're going to do next is you're going to take your paper, and we're going to go ahead and trace those out of our paper. I do want to share with you the borders because they are designed, like I mentioned, with an AB to help you to complete a 2-page spread, but they're also designed this way so that when you go to cut them out of your pattern paper, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one pair of my borders and I'm going to place it on the edge of my paper like this. And then I'm just going to take a pencil and trace along that edge. Then I'm going to take the matching piece and line that up. And then I'm just going to make a mark right here. And this is where I'm going to do a straight cut with my paper trimmer. Now, the great thing is once I do a straight cut here, it's just one cut up the center. It's going to give me both pieces. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this really quickly so you can see how easy it is. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer here and do a straight cut like I mentioned. And then what I'm going to do is take a nice pair of scissors and I'm going to follow that line and cut it once up the center, like so. Now we do have a lot of good cutting tips on our community and in our videos, but one cutting tip I do recommend is when you are cutting, just to stay on the back ends of your scissors. This will give you a nice, slow, smooth cut. So instead of doing this, completing your cuts with your scissors, you're just going to stay right there on the back ends and just do some quick, short cuts. And you'll glide that right up the center of the border. Now here is the next step. After we design, we're going to trace and cut, and then we recommend inking. That just allows you to cover any blemishes or pencil marks that you might have. I have done this so many times now that I don't even worry when I see a little pencil or blemishes because I know that inking will always do the trick. It always hides it and gives you that nice professional look every single time. And this is the one color that we recommend. When we simplified scrapbooking, we also simplified some of those decision makings. And so we just recommend Vintage Photo. It does the trick, whether it's lights, darks, pastel colors, it works. So then after that, once you do those few steps, you're going to basically replace each layer one at a time. And of course I would ink the edges of this and then also do the same thing and replace it on my page. Like so. Okay. Then of course you would just kind of take one layer at a time and then you would replace those. So again, creating a very beautiful page for your life memories. Now another thing I want to share with you is that the moment you change the paper, the look changes with it as well. So for example, let me go ahead and open back up my album here. So this layout here that I was showing you just a minute ago is using the exact same designer template set that I was just creating with, which is our Nature Walk scrapbooking kit. It's a lot of fun. And as you can see here, that really sets the stage on the mood of the paper that you use. Now, of course, this one here is also using the Nature Walk scrapbooking template set. So you can see the moment you change that paper, the look of it also changes. This is also the Nature Walk scrapbooking template kit. And this one, let's see, back here is also the Nature Walk scrapbooking kit. So there's a lot of different ways that you can lay out those designer templates. And again, the moment you change the paper, the look changes as well. We do have a few other scrapbooking template kits that we recommend to get started because again, our goal is to help you to fill your album with finished pages. So we want you to try this product, pull out your scrapbooking paper stash and give it a try. And we have some great videos on how to pick out what papers and what papers to layer with each other. So we'll be with you all along the way. Another one is, just to kind of share that with you, is our everyday adventures. And our everyday adventures is also really fun. And you can see the designs here on this page. Same thing here on this page. So again, you change that paper and the look changes with it. And this is everyday adventures too, just to kind of give you an idea of how that mood and aesthetics really does change by the paper that you use. So lots of fun ways that you can design with these. Now let me go ahead and put this album away for a moment, and let's go back to our page design here. And just to show you how easy it is to change it up, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this design and we're gonna start back over on our steps. So it's a 5-step process. We're going to design, trace, cut, ink, replace. And as I've already shown you, the moment you change that paper, the look changes as well. So it's really going to utilize your paper stash. It's going to give you that inspiration and ideas. And you are going to be surprised when you allow yourself to play with the design, how it's going to spark different inspiration and you're gonna feel more creative in the process as well. So let me go ahead and start with our borders again. So I'm gonna go through those steps again. Now, like I mentioned, we have a few different scrapbooking template kits, and we have those below for those of you that are interested in getting started. We do recommend picking up one of those sets. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by placing these borders out on my page again. And you could do left, top, right, bottom. You could do the inside. Oh, you know, a really another fun design I like to do is across from each other. So I'm gonna actually pair those up and you can see how that curve kind of continues across a 2-page spread. So that's also really fun too. Now, of course, along with the scrapbooking template sets, I recommend at least a photo set. I shared with you a standard photo set. I will also share with you our photo mats and our mini photos in this layout really quickly, so you can see how easy it is to adjust, rearrange, and come up with a whole nother new layout for your precious life memories. So on this layout, I think what I'm gonna do is place a few photos in and then design up around my photos. So really, whether you place your embellishments on your page to kind of set the tone and the mood for your page, or you start with your borders and then place your photos inside of your borders to kind of frame those in, there really is no wrong, as long as you're willing to just kind of play with the design, get out of your head, and just see what you can come up with. So let me go ahead and try a few different things to see maybe what designs I would like to do. I do love to tuck this, this lovely, I guess you could call it a bracket, a scallop bracket. It's so much fun, and it's really great for adding, again, a title, a journal, or even if you wanted to. I don't have a big enough photo, but they're also clear, so you can use them to crop your pictures out of different shapes if you want. As well as stamping or inking, you could place the template right over that, and you can see through it to trace it out really easily and with confidence. So to demonstrate what I mean, so for example, if you have a stamp, or like in this case, I have this little title card, you can use the designer template and place that right over the top of that, trace the design out, and then you can incorporate this design and this sentiment into your page. So not only does it play friendly with your paper, but you'll also be inspired in various different ways to use up maybe other elements or stashes that you've been holding on to for over the years. All right, so let's get back to designing our page here. I am going to add a few more pictures to this other side of my layout. Again, you can adjust as you go because you haven't cut into anything. So you really can play with it with confidence, and you don't have to have fear that you're gonna make a mistake, because really right now, all we're gonna do is just play with our designer templates to come up with our pages. So it really relieves a lot of that concern when it comes to making a mistake. So you can see really quickly, I was able to come up with another design. So again, we're gonna design, then we're gonna trace, cut, ink, replace. And so I would do the same thing. I would start with my borders, take one of my busier main patterns and really ground my page with the borders and then replace that with that pattern. And then I would do the same thing with my accessories. Now, of course, like I mentioned, we do have 3 different scrapbooking template kits that we recommend to get started. As far as which one, that's really up to you. We have one that has the flowers that are great for more everyday, family time, outdoors. If you have more girls events in your life, that might do the trick for you. Just remember that the moment you change that paper, the look changes as well. We also have our everyday adventures, which is great for more active memories, like maybe sports or on the go or traveling, and that's really fun as well as our party time scrapbooking template kit, and those are all listed below so you can check those out. Another thing I want to share with you is that with every set, they come with a variety of different sketches. And this is just so that you can get started. You can use these as a springboard to create a variety of different layouts for your life memories. Now, our goal is to help you to fill your albums with finished pages, not your closet. And so we'll be with you from the spark of inspiration to that final celebration of the finished pages. So make sure if you have any questions, do not hesitate. Make sure to reach out to us at support@kiwilane.com at any time. Now, on top of that, I do want to walk you through maybe cutting out an accessory. Now, the borders, as you can see, are very simple. But a lot of time people say, well, what about the more intricate designs? You know, these little things are small, but they definitely make an impact on your layout. And again, the great thing about the designer templates is not a one-time use and done. You can use them over and over and over again. But let me go ahead and trace that onto my paper here, and then we'll go ahead and do the tracing and cutting of this design as well. Now, I did mention that we do have a few different sets that are below that we recommend for getting started. And the reason why we just recommend those sets with the photos is so that you can be able to get comfortable with the process, give it a try, see what you can come up with. I promise you're going to be surprised how easy it is and how inspiring it is at the same time. Now, I will go ahead and pull these out since I do have them here. I do have the party time accessory set. They come with all of these different designs. You have a border. You do even also have this fun little trail, a banner, some fun balloons and cakes. And this one's really great for more of those milestones in your life that you want to celebrate: birthdays, anniversaries, baby showers, really a lot of fun ways. But just remember, the moment you change the paper, the look is going to change as well. Now, we do have also some videos and galleries below showcasing these, so make sure to check those out. And this is a close look at the everyday adventures. Again, you have a fun border here, a tag, arrow, kind of like a lightning bolt, really, again, depending on what paper is really gonna set the mood for that. Some gears, a journaling, and some stars. So lots of fun designs in those sets as well. All right, so let me go ahead and finish our cut here. So with the accessories, I always recommend sticking to the outside edge of your paper. And we'll go through these steps in our onboarding welcome email series as well. So don't feel like you have to remember all of this. I promise this isn't the last time you're going to see me. We'll be able to go through these steps together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna detach it now from my larger sheet of paper. This style is a very efficient use of your paper. You're gonna be surprised how just 5 sheets of paper can create a 2-page layout with the layers and everything. And you're gonna have enough scraps left over to even make 1 or 2 cards if you want out of your scraps of paper. So really efficient use of your paper. Now, to start off with my cut, I'm going to definitely again use the back ends of my scissors, and I'm just gonna kind of follow those curves around. Now you'll notice that my cutting hand is staying stationed, and then my alternative hand is kind of gliding that through the scissors, like so, and then I reach back to the back end of my scissors and kind of start again on those curves. So again, just kind of walking through those. This is kind of something that I just mentioned at the beginning that you can kind of consciously pay attention to when you're cutting, but these cuts do not have to be perfect. Here's what's great about this step is that you don't have to get up. You don't have to go measure. You don't have to go match your accessories to your page because you're just using your paper. So it already is going to coordinate all together. So I really love how simple and easy it is. The other great thing about it is that once you get past that initial design step, you kind of just get lost in the cutting and the inking, because you don't have to, your analytical brain doesn't have to work anymore. You can just kind of get lost in that, put a movie on or something like that, and just get lost in the enjoyment of seeing your page come to life. So the next step I recommend is just inking those edges. Again, with accessories, you might have to bend it back, but the great thing is it's paper. So you can definitely do that, and it's really easy to do that. The only thing you'll probably notice is that you'll end up with ink on your fingers, but it does wash off, so you'll be good there. All right, so then at that point, you have your finished accessory, and then like I said, it's really a rinse and repeat process. So you can just kind of be confident in that your layout that you see here is going to be what you get. You're able to come up with a design quickly, and you'll also find that you will be able to use up your paper stash, which is seriously fulfilling. So I'm super excited for you to give it a try. Make sure to check out one of those sets that I recommend below. If you are interested in the mini photo set, then the mini photo set just allows you to add a few smaller sizes. So if you want to get a few more pictures on your layouts, let me go ahead and just use the same layout here just to give you a visualization of what that might look like. So maybe you want to do a whole row of photos here, and then maybe a few up here, right? So you can really play around with that design. And then let me go ahead and take these elements, and we could place those here to kind of decorate around our photos. So the photo sets, the mini photo sets, excuse me, are just smaller in size. So I really do love to use the combination of the standard photo set and the photo set together to play around with some photo arrangements. But that's if you like to add quite a few pictures to your pages. I've ranged from a few pictures to 12 pictures. It really depends on what event you're scrapbooking, and that's true for scrapbookers. I rarely am just always scrapbooking one picture. For me, it always is a range. And with this style and this process, you can really accomplish a wide range of photos that you need to scrapbook. Then of course, the photo mat set is just allow you to get that visualization for your photo mats. So whether you like to mat your photos or not mat your photos, that's a total preference on your style. But I really do, again, love that visualization that you get when you place those in the mix. So super helpful and a huge time saver. I'm surprised how much time those photo sets save in the overall designing process of your layout. All right, so the last tip that I have for you is that when you're in the designing phase, to set a timer for maybe 10 or 15 minutes to see what design you can come up with, and then just go with it. And then you can just get lost in the tracing, cutting, inking, or replacing. I promise whatever design you don't use on this layout, there's going to be many more layouts after this one that you can use those designs on. And don't forget, if you have any questions, don't hesitate, email us at support@kiwilane.com. We're here to help in any way possible. Actually, here at Kiwilane, we're kind of an all-in-one experience. Not only do we provide the products to help inspire you in your scrapbooking, but also ideas and events over in our community. So make sure to keep an eye on your inbox for invitations to our other events and other ideas that we'll be sharing with you. I can't wait to see what you create with these new designer templates and to celebrate with you in your finished pages as well. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.